He stood quietly near the janitor's closet, clad in muddy boots and a tattered flannel shirt. As the CEO singled him out, challenging him to repair a $6 million malfunctioning machine, laughter erupted around the room. Ultimately, he was merely the offspring of a farmer. As the boy took a step forward, an unexpected turn of events enveloped the room in a profound silence. No one knew the true identity of his father, nor the secret this reserved teenager was on the brink of unveiling. That would alter everything for good. Before we dive in, please give this video a thumbs up and share your location in the comments. Your support enables us to share more impactful narratives. Let us commence. The atmosphere within the Graves Systems manufacturing plant was heavy, with tension and the lingering scent of old coffee. Workers glided silently across the factory floor, their gazes fixed on the glowing screens of their tablets and monitors. At the heart of it all loomed the company's pride and shame, a colossal piece of cutting-edge automation machinery crafted to transform the landscape of industrial packaging. It had required an investment of $6 million to construct, and for the last fortnight, it had stubbornly declined to operate. Whenever an attempt was made to initiate it, the lights would flicker, the gears would seize, and the whole system would shut down within moments. No one was able to uncover the reason. Neither the software engineers, nor the mechanics, nor even the external experts brought in at the company's cost. Leonard Graves, the head of Graves, arrived that morning from New York aboard his private jet. His suit was impeccably tailored, his watch worth more than the monthly salary of anyone present, and his confidence radiated throughout the entire room. He despised challenges, yet he thrived on the spotlight. The company's downfall was a public relations disaster, and he intended to reshape the narrative to his advantage by addressing the issue personally. He beckoned for quiet, approaching the machine with an air of deliberate composure. His voice reverberated through the warehouse as he remarked, "If no one in this entire building can fix it, perhaps we should allow someone from the cleaning crew to take a shot at it." The atmosphere was charged with a mix of anxiety and amusement, leading to a chorus of uneasy chuckles. At that moment, he noticed a figure lingering silently in the shadows. Noah Whitaker, at the age of 16, found himself standing next to a mop bucket close to the janitor's closet. His jeans bore a layer of dust, his boots were caked with dried mud, and the sleeves of his plaid shirt were casually rolled up past his elbows. For the past 5 years, his uncle, Roy Whitaker, had been employed there as a night janitor. Noah arrived to see him after school, patiently biding his time for Roy's shift to wrap up so they could drive home together in his pickup. Leonard squinted and pointed at the boy. "Hey, country lad, care to give it a go? Perhaps fortune will smile upon you." His voice oozed with irony, yet he was acutely aware that the cameras were capturing every moment. The audience let out a soft laugh. It was an act, a playful jest for the online audience. Undoubtedly, the inexperienced youth would falter, become flustered, and provide everyone with a moment of amusement. Yet Noah remained silent. He raised his gaze gradually, his blue eyes serene and intent. He took a step forward. Noah strode through the ranks of engineers and managers who separated like waves in a turbulent sea of anxiety. A few stifled their laughter. Onlookers watched in quiet uncertainty, caught between the impulse to intervene and the temptation to let the humor unfold. Leonard crossed his arms, a smirk playing on his lips as he anticipated the boy's impending blunder. Roy Whitaker, Noah's uncle, advanced swiftly, his voice trembling. "Sir, Noah is merely here for a visit, he is not." Leonard lifted a hand. "Allow the child to have a go. Isn't it merely a lifeless machine?" The audience was captivated, all attention drawn to the young lad in the checkered shirt. Noah rested his hand against the steel panel, his fingers gliding over the control interface with a deliberate grace. His touch exuded assurance, devoid of uncertainty. He narrowed his eyes at the diagnostic screen, then shifted his gaze to the circuit grid lying beneath the glass panel. For a brief moment, silence enveloped the room as everyone held their breath. He knelt next to the enormous foundation, gazing intently at a convergence of twisted wires and sensors. "This was installed backward," he muttered. "A handful of engineers, leaned closer, their brows furrowed in concern. Noah retrieved a tiny screwdriver from his backpack. One of the executives began to voice his objections, but Leonard gestured for him to remain quiet. The cameras continued to capture every moment. This is evolving into more compelling material than anticipated. Noah, with unwavering hands, carefully opened the base plate, revealing the intricate pulse regulator of the machine. The tangled wires created quite a chaotic scene. Some were looped. Incorrectly, one was even caught between two metal brackets. "Whoever put this in got the polarity markers wrong," he said. His voice carried a gentle clarity. "The power resets each time it attempts to cycle, which is the reason behind this issue." He deftly unclipped two wires, skillfully reversed their ports, meticulously adjusted the sensor alignment, and then confidently pressed the reset panel. In that fleeting instant, all was still. A soft, steady hum enveloped the space. The conveyor, belt illuminated. The gears turned with effortless grace. The lights on the interface blinked in a rhythmic sequence of green, one after another. The engine sprang into action with a powerful growl. Gasping sounds filled the air, echoing through the crowd. Devices capturing the moment shook in astonished grips. Leonard's jaw clenched. He advanced confidently, a smile stretching across his face as the machine executed a flawless test cycle. "Beginner's luck," he exclaimed with excessive volume. However, one of the senior engineers, a woman by the name of Clara Donnelly, gently shook her head in a slow manner. "No," she whispered. "That was not mere chance. That was mastery." She shifted her gaze to Noah. "What led you to that conclusion?" Noah rose, flicking away the dust that clung to his jeans. "I assisted my father in constructing something similar to this, returning to our farm." Leonard scowled. "So, who might your father be?" Noah met his gaze and declared, "His name is Cole Whitaker." Every countenance in the room turned ashen. The name Cole Whitaker resonated through the room with the force of a thunderclap. Leonard Graves' assured smirk disappeared in an instant. Soft murmurs began to circulate, and eyes shifted to the rear of the room, where a tall, rugged figure made his way through the entrance. Cole Whitaker, a revered and iconic engineer, crafted some of the most groundbreaking machinery in the nation. His standing was unparalleled, and his knowledge was invaluable. The hidden truth that many believed was concealed had just strolled straight into the factory. Noah's expression was serene, yet within him, his heart raced fiercely. This moment had been crafted over many years. Cole was far more than the simple farmer that others believed him to be. He was an exceptional engineer who chose to retire early to manage the family farm following an unfortunate accident. The very incident that compelled Noah to master every skill and technique necessary to ensure their land operated seamlessly. Noah's understanding was forged through relentless effort, perseverance, and unwavering resolve. Lessons learned not within the confines of classrooms, but in the relentless fields and the long hours spent in the workshop. Leonard advanced, his voice firm yet tinged with a hint of underlying anxiety. "Mr. Whitaker, we were unaware that your son was present. This certainly comes as a surprise." The audience observed intently. This had ceased to be amusing. A significant change in power occurred. Leonard found himself in a precarious situation, and the tension was palpable among those around him. Cole offered a subtle smile, his eyes brimming with pride and an unspoken depth. Anticipation. "Noah is precisely in his rightful place. He has received more than merely my name. He possesses both the fervor and the talent." A hush fell over the room. Even the hum of the machine appeared to hold its breath in reverence. A hurried assistant approached Leonard, leaning in to whisper something urgently in his ear. Leonard gave a brief nod, yet the perspiration gathering on his forehead betrayed his composure. This was not merely a mechanical failure that could be resolved by the son of a janitor. This narrative had the potential to transform the company's destiny and disrupt the whole sector. Noah faced the engineers and remarked, "I have been observing your efforts here. This machine boasts impressive power, yet the installation process lacked attention to detail. Making technology function requires a deep understanding, appreciation, and meticulousness beyond mere software commands." His voice resonated with clarity, and each word held significant impact. Clara Donnelly walked up to Noah, her face lit up with a warm smile. "Your insights could enlighten us all." Her respect was sincere. She recognized brilliance at first glance. Leonard surveyed the room, sensing that the tide had shifted. What began as a playful dare had transformed into a humbling experience for the CEO. "Mr. Whitaker, should you be open to it, we would be delighted to have you and Noah become permanent members of our team. Your presence is essential to us." Cole nodded thoughtfully, casting a brief look at his son. Noah's eyes gleamed with a fresh determination. This is merely the start. The son of the janitor had finally stepped into the light. Noah inhaled deeply, feeling the atmosphere gradually warm to his arrival. Not merely the son of a janitor, but as a talented engineer with a clear vision. The scene felt otherworldly, but the burden of the future loomed heavily upon him. He understood that this chance was not solely for himself, but for every diligent individual who had been disregarded merely due to their origins. Leonard Graves's icy stare remained, yet it had lost its grip. The story had shifted, and the organization was on the brink of experiencing a change that transcended mere machinery. In the coming weeks, Noah and Cole collaborated closely with the leading engineers. Each day, Noah's observations uncovered shortcomings in the traditional designs and brought forth concepts that melded hands-on experience with exceptional technical skill. He didn't merely repair the machines, he transformed them, evolving them into more efficient, durable, and intelligent systems. The factory hummed with a fresh vitality, optimism, and creativity, taking the place of skepticism and disregard. The CEO observed with a careful eye, yet he couldn't help but be captivated by Noah's unwavering commitment. This young man clearly had a depth that went beyond mere inherited knowledge. He possessed the spirit of a true leader. Clara emerged as an unforeseen supporter, frequently standing up for Noah during meetings and emphasizing his achievements. To the board. Gradually, the ancient barriers of bias started to fall apart, giving way to understanding and teamwork. The whispers of Noah's remarkable abilities traveled far beyond the confines of the factory. Key figures in the industry, media, professionals and financial backers began to take notice. The stock of the company started to rise, driven by the excitement surrounding groundbreaking technology. For Noah, true success transcended the realms of wealth and recognition. The essence was to demonstrate that individuals ought not to be evaluated based on their origins. Skill and perseverance can emerge from any source. Then arrived the moment when Leonard Graves was requested to resign. His unwillingness to adapt and disregard for Noah's talents rendered his stance unsustainable. The board acknowledged the necessity for new leadership, an individual capable of connecting tradition with innovation. Cole received an offer for a consultant position, whereas Noah was chosen to head the new innovation team. The janitor's son emerged as a pivotal figure in molding the company's future. At a festive gathering, Noah surveyed the audience, experiencing a blend of pride and duty. He recalled the endless nights spent on the farm, the obstacles encountered, and the inner doubts he had to quiet within himself. This triumph transcended his own success. It resonated with everyone who had faced doubt and dismissal. His father, Cole, came to him, a glimmer of pride illuminating his gaze. "You have accomplished far more than just operating machines, my boy. You have inspired confidence in others." Noah grinned, aware that this was merely the start of something greater. The true challenge lies in maintaining this transformation and motivating others to overcome their own limitations. Noah's journey emerged as a symbol of inspiration, demonstrating that bravery, wisdom, and compassion have the power to reshape fate. The factory had transformed into something beyond a mere workplace. It represented a profound change and the potential for new beginnings. A challenge posed by the CEO had ignited a power that was impossible to overlook. The son of the janitor had not merely repaired the unfixable engine, he had reshaped the future itself. Noah found himself on the factory floor, the very spot where his journey had commenced, surrounded by skeptical gazes and a weight of doubt. The hum of machines resonated with a new energy, vibrant and powerful, pulsating with intent. He had transcended the labels of being merely a janitor's son or the farmer's boy grappling with the seemingly insurmountable. He emerged as a leader, an innovator who broke through every barrier with integrity and brilliance. The passage of time had challenged Noah in ways he could never have foreseen. The murmurs of uncertainty lingered in certain shadows, yet they were overshadowed by the irrefutable outcomes of his efforts. He had revolutionized not just the machines, but the whole ethos of the company, where previously there was discord and bias. Now there thrived harmony and admiration. Noah's narrative had shifted away from the need to validate his worth. It was about motivating others to recognize their capabilities, no matter their background. On a brisk autumn morning, Noah found himself on the line with the CEO Leonard Graves, the very individual who had once cast him aside with such severity. Yet this time the tone was transformed, imbued with respect and a hint of admiration. Leonard recognized the transformations Noah had introduced and encouraged him to spearhead a fresh initiative centered on sustainable technology that had the potential to once again transform the industry. It was a moment of completion, an opportunity to create something enduring that would transcend them all. As Noah embraced the challenge, memories of his father, Cole, flooded his mind. Cole had dedicated himself to the farm, instilling in Noah the importance of diligence and modesty. The experiences of his early years formed the bedrock of his achievements, the deep-seated origins from which his triumphs blossomed. Noah came to understand that his most significant asset was not merely his intellect, but his unwavering spirit and compassion. He bore the aspirations of countless individuals who had been ignored, a guiding light for those still striving to gain recognition. During a company-wide meeting, Noah articulated his vision, his voice unwavering and infused with enthusiasm. He discussed the importance of creativity rooted in community, technology that benefits individuals, and the strength found in self-belief. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation, each word resonating in the stillness. This transcended a mere speech, a rallying cry, an initiative that captivated the hearts of many. Beyond the factory walls, awareness started to spread. The tales of Noah's ascent motivated many to chase their aspirations, regardless of the challenges they faced. Media outlets highlighted his journey, portraying it not as a story of chance, but as a reflection of determination and integrity. Noah emerged as a beacon of hope, illustrating that the most significant transformations often arise from the most unforeseen sources. The challenge posed by the CEO to the farmer's son had unleashed a power that transcended mere mechanical repairs. A transformation in thinking had begun, demonstrating that true greatness is achieved, not bestowed. Noah's legacy extended beyond the engines he meticulously restored. It resided in the lives he profoundly changed. As the sun dipped below the horizon of the factory, Noah stood resolute, poised for what lay ahead. The once insurmountable became a beckoning challenge, ready to be embraced. With each breath he embraced the potential for transformation, the resilience of his history, and the unwavering conviction that anyone, regardless of their origins, could craft a new narrative. The adventure had only just begun. The journey was just starting, and Noah stood poised to take charge.